Actually, I posted this article. How basically it's saying that Kanye West, who's obviously a rapper, is the world's last rock star. I think that was the phrasing.
The world's last rock star?
The world's last rock star. What do you think about that, Angel?
I doubt it.
You doubt it.
Yeah.
The last rock star? No.
The last rock star on the planet.
Who says it ends with Kanye?
No, I'm saying at the moment, what the article is trying to get across, and basically, I don't know if you guys read it.
No, I did not.
Basically, it's saying how there's no more rock stars in the sense that, the way that John Lennon was a rock star, or, Ozzy Osbourne was a rock star, or like, huh? Who?
Tupac?
No way.
That's I think the major point.
Well, okay. Here, look, Tupac. I wouldn't call him, but if you want to call him a rock star,
So you're talking about like game changers?
We're talking
music.
about people like the people that kind of like
musical geniuses per se.
that personify the rock star persona. That's
Okay.
what I'm trying to go for. And all right, I kind of see what you're getting at with Tupac, but as far as like on the creative side, I don't really rank Tupac that highly. Okay, so you know what I'm saying, but I guess you could say that.
Okay, we know what you mean though.
Yeah, I think they're like in that article. Then they're kind of redefining the definition of rock star.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the controversy of the argument
Right.
that ensued is people see the word rock
Rockstar,
star,
they think
and they only want to look
he's
at
not-
the rock music.
Right.
And
Exactly.
All of that.
Yeah.
I know what you mean though.
So yeah, and I received quite a number of responses for that. But as far as like that persona, it's tough because I would say the last rock stars, if we're excluding Kanye, would probably be the Chili Peppers, honestly, because they're the real. To me, they would be the last.
I mean, they're still going.
They are
Yeah.
still, but they're on the tail end of their career.
And the thing about the Chili Peppers that's interesting, and like not just because I'm a bass player, but the biggest rock star in the Chili Peppers is their bass player, is Flea.
Yeah.
Flea has the more kind of media influence and kind of transcends just music in terms of Hollywood and social stature. He's the one that really kind of pushes the boundaries for the band.
Right.
And usually you look at your Ozzy Osbournes and your John Lennons, it's always the front man that always
The lead
kind of
guitar.
takes that.
Yeah. Well, but even for like Beatles, I would still like say like the whole band really is a group of rock stars, really. And that's really what I was getting at. And I still have a lot of music to brush up on, but like I guess I would say Metallica, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, but lately, as of late, it's just everybody's too clean. Everybody's like the pop stars.
Yeah.
There's really no excitement. There's no edginess, and that's what the article was getting to. I don't know how you guys would feel about that.
I would have to read it honestly.
Yeah, I didn't read the article, but just off of
It is a bold statement to make.
Yeah, it is, and the way that I look at
Who
it,
wrote the article?
and I
I don't know. It was some.
yeah.
No, it was a website. It was a
Nobody.
Reddit.
It might-
Yeah.
it
The
may
guy
have-
on Reddit.
No, it may have been a magazine.
It was a Tumblr quote chain, like,
Okay, so okay, we established the article, right? I post the article. Boom. We get a couple responses. And the first thing that somebody mentions, I forget, it was probably like Zach or
no, it was
Petrini.
yeah, I think
said
it
first.
was yeah.
Well, who else said it? And Steven
Steve,
Gillard. Shout out to Steven Gillard.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to Petrini.
So were
There is-
people coming at your neck saying that you supported the article?
Yeah, basically. yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Essentially.
and
So how did you take it?
Well, no, it's all good. It's all like I'm gonna I put my opinions out there for a reason.
Yeah.
And if people want to feel it,
You like that feedback. Yeah, that's good.
I like to get a some feedback from the people. And somebody mentioned David Grohl. Who else did they mention? I don't know. Okay.
Dave Grohl ended up being the main fixture of the
Yeah.
argument.
Well, that's who I picked
And-
on. Because go ahead.
Well, yeah, my point with it is it was the examples that were being used.
Yeah.
They say Dave Grohl,
Yeah.
but they use Nirvana, his first band as an
Right,
example,
yeah,
where
yeah.
like that's not his band. Like he
Yeah, okay.
just joined later,
Yeah.
and he was part of it. He wasn't the creative force behind it. He has a
Yeah.
big influence on the sound for sure.
And I would definitely say that David Grohl is a rock star.
Yeah,
That's without a doubt.
Absolutely. He's worked with all the greatest. He's worked with Lemmy. He's worked with Brian May from Queen, and he's done lots of projects to kind of bring old hard rock and metal into a new sound with a project called Probot. he's done a lot. He's done a lot. I mean, he sells out Wembley. His band sells out Wembley. You don't get much bigger than that.
Damn,
you know?
that's pretty good. That's saying a lot.
You know?
That's saying a lot.
So, all right, now to you, are they like one of your favorites?
Foo Fighters, not necessarily one of my favorites. Nirvana, 100% one of my favorites.
Okay. Yeah.
I grew up on their music. There was a point where I could sing every song. You know, it was they were my favorite only because if you look at and not only because, but when they released Nevermind and when Smells Like Teen Spirit first came out, nothing sounded like it. That's the whole big thing with it.
That's a great song, man.
And nothing sounded like it, and everything that they did after that had that sound and kind of you know angst. You know, it was very angsty. You know, everything in rock music at that time.
It was different for
like,
its time. It was it's a whole different element.
Yes.
Of,
What was big? Like,
I mean,
pop was big.
This was like in early 90s, right?
Yeah.
This was early
like
90s,
early
late
80s.
and late 80s.
Yeah.
So you're
Like
all
the
like
whole 80s.
Guns N' Roses. And it's funny because you look at your Motley Crues and Guns N' Roses, and they were singing about all the stuff that all the rappers rap about now, and that's just, you know, getting the girl, doing the drugs, and, you know, and Nirvana was the band to kind of just say like, no, let's
Something
not
different.
do that anymore. Like, you know, let me kind of say something a little more real from the heart in my own, you know, kind of
that's
misunderstood way.
Right. Very angsty.
Very angsty. Very, very
I love
angsty.
that word to describe people like Nirvana. And that's a great point that you brought up, how, like, you know, the rock bands were essentially today's rappers in terms of the message, the swag, the attitude. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And when somebody says rock star, that's what I think of. I think of the whole package. You know, someone who's like just obnoxious, opinionated. Maybe a little bit
They're
aggressive.
superstars in their own way, you know what I mean? They stand out.
Okay, exactly. That's what I'm starting. And like the creativeness, I think really, like, you have to be creative. You can't just be like getting sauced and wasted, you know, every night.
Wasting talent.
That's not gonna make you a rock star.
That's
you know,
true, that's true.
You have to have the.
You have to back it
What
up. Yeah.
That's your Jim Morrison.
Yeah, Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison.
Yeah, the Doors.
The Doors. Oh, okay, but
But
he
like I
can rock.
said, if you could back it up,
Yeah.
you go on the
If you
stage and do
back
your
it up,
thing.
that's
Whatever, it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely.
You can do whatever you want in your off time as long as you're
Yeah.
doing what you have to do on stage.
On stage, yeah.
Yeah, I see. Like, what happened?
He would, yeah. He was kind of notorious for always turning his back to the audience and like not being a part of the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
That was Jim
Really?
Morrison's thing. Yeah, he was a terrible front man. For
Like
a band.
disassociating a little bit.
Yeah, he would disassociate himself from the band and the crowd and just do his own thing.
Like, what are
Yeah.
you guys doing here? I'm over here trying to jam.
He was also just notorious for, you know, whipping his junk out whenever he
What?
wanted to.
Oh, yeah, this guy's
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
On stage?
He's- yep.
See, that's a rock star.
Yes.
That's a rock star.
He was a rock
They
star.
just do what
That's a
they
rock
want.
And
And their musical background kind of allows them to do that. Like, you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
good at what I do.
You have to be. You have
I
to
can
be
be
good.
whoever I want
you know?
on my off time, you know?
And like this goes back to even people like ELP. Like people at one point they felt like they were just so obnoxiously like full of themselves, because they were really good. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what really the article was trying to get at, because if you look at today's pop stars, that's missing. That's not there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That performance.
Unless they shave their hair off, and then now, you know, everybody
Britney?
wants to talk Britney Spears, and who else? Someone else did it too. I feel like Lindsay Lohan. But I mean, she's not a rock
Right,
star,
yeah.
but like kind of in that same vein, like or vein, same Jane.
What about someone like Rihanna? Like, I think you could consider Rihanna.
Okay,
is
she's
I would not say that.
rock star type person.
That
I
is
don't
pop
know.
music, man.
I'd put
She's
it
a
in
pop
there.
star.
She's a pop star.
I don't know. To me, she's a pop star.
I think what it is the discussion is now rock music isn't the forefront, and
Yeah.
it's this you know this
It
kind
could
of
be
blend,
anything.
this like R&B
Right.
pop hip hop blend
Yeah.
that's going on, you know,
Yeah.
with your Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Cardi
Right.
B, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like they're all kind of in that same style, and that's in the forefront now. So now everybody, you know, the media's eye is looking into those artists as to like who's the crazy one right now? Who can we get the next headline from?
Yeah.
And more than likely than always, it's going to be Kanye.
But I think, oh yeah. But I see, why Kanye is in the conversation, and I wouldn't put these other people in the conversation, is because even though Rihanna has a great voice and all that, they're not really creators. They don't write songs. They don't produce.
Yeah.
Kanye is a true to life, you know, producer, and that's why. See, I think that has a lot to do with it. I wouldn't say any of these guys are in the mix, and that just, you know.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
This might go pick me up.
Yeah.
Just to speak my piece.
Go ahead.
I just think it's a silly argument
With the rock star.
to say that somebody
Yeah, that's
Well,
kind
yeah.
of
like
like.
I saw 70-year-old Neil Young last year. And
Yes, but
he
we're
was killing it,
yes.
And Neil Young is in fact a rock star.
Okay. So if you guys can't hear Zach, he's saying that he thinks that the argument is silly because there's Neil Young out there. He's 70 years old and he's still jamming out, and he has an edgy message, and he's creative. Yes, I that's all good and fun, and you got to respect that. But he's obviously not.
The title to the article is just misleading. Obviously, he's not going to be the last rock star. I mean, there's going to be more generations.
He's not in the limelight now.
There's rock stars being born every day.
He's not.
What I mean?
He's not. He's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're just not out there.
He's not
yet.
like the Beatles were in the late '60s.
But when
or even.
Messing around with Crosby, Stills, and Nash, he was.
Yes, I agree with that. But that's not now, is what I'm saying. That's what time has a lot to do with it. That was my argument, because it's not like I'm completely writing off the past. You can't. But it's not now.
I think using the word last was a silly thing.
Last, yeah. I said last or even biggest, whatever. I mean, right now that's how I feel, because at the end of the day, everybody you can go anywhere and anybody's gonna know Kanye West, and they're gonna have something to say about it.
Yes,
he's a polarizing figure.
Yeah,
and if you guys, I mean, he came out with some funny stuff recently.
Really?
But. Yeah. Yeah. But we'll see, man. When that album comes out, we'll see.
Yeah, we could take it from there when the album comes out. It's going to be extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially after
the world is waiting.
J. Cole's just came out,
yeah.
and he'll always declare himself with the crown.
Yeah.
I think everything that he's released, he always makes some kind of imagery of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But. It is, yeah. But that's the hip hop thing, man. Hip hop's a lot like the WWE, man. Like there's like, I mean, for real, it's like this guy's beefing that. I need the crown. I need the title. I'm the best. It's very, and that's also part of it where you're calling Kanye the last rock star. It's sensationalized, and that's just the hip hop kind of mainstream culture. It's all sensationalized,
Yeah, it
really
is.
It's sensationalized, and
the crown,
and it's entertainment.
Yeah,
it really is entertainment, because people love to talk about it.
That's what it is,
and that's why whoever knows Kanye, they also have something to say.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
even J. Cole had something to say about
J. Cole, absolutely.
Yeah.
And everybody, even just the listener, also has something to say,
absolutely.
and that's regarding any of those artists.
Yeah.
Even Kendrick included in that discussion.
Definitely in the mix.
And
Kendrick, Kendrick is definitely in the mix.
Oh yeah. The word last, Kendrick.
That's
what I'm saying. That the word last.
I would be closer to calling Kendrick kind of a rock star, but again, he writes his lyrics, but not all. Not a producer.
Well, not everyone has the luxury of starting their career as a producer.
That
as well.
is true.
And that was Kanye. He started off as a producer
or a songwriter, even. But
Kendrick just dropped 3. They were concept albums.
Right. No, they're great, and you can't.
Changed everything.
Give him the. I give Kendrick all the credit in the world.
Yeah.
Give him all the credit.
Well, To Pimp a Butterfly was an instant classic when it dropped. Like instant 10 out of 10.
Even Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh yeah.
Section
Good Kid, Mad
80.
City is really good.
Like trust me, I've been listening to Kendrick since I think 2000.
Good Kid, Mad City is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But I mean, that would be my biggest problem with that's just the creative side. I mean, he wants to be a lyricist, and I mean. But I would still kind of like if I had to make that call, I would say I wouldn't mind calling him a rock star just because of his persona, and he's kind of like.
I think the whole saying a rock star has to play rock music is also very silly.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Obviously,
come on, it's 2018. And that's not even the case anymore.
And for those that didn't hear, he said, Zach said, being a rock star to only play rock is silly. Being a rock star, it is. With I had a point, and then I just like
I hate when that happens.
Just jumped right out of my brain.
Yeah.
Embracing. You have to embrace that personality as well.
Yeah.
And Kanye does that very well. He embraces being whatever, negative or positive. He'll embrace any attention that comes to it. Whereas like an artist like Kendrick and J. Cole, they're a little more on the introverted side, and I don't think they necessarily would want to embrace that. And I don't know if I'm not putting words in their mouths, but
it makes sense though. It does make sense.
They're not really in a position to kind of embrace that. Where Kanye, I talked about transcending like Flea as the basis. He goes between just being the hip hop artist, but he's also a media influencer. Whereas Kendrick has his voice in the media every now and then. But J. Cole specifically, he stays very quiet, and it's very rock.
They don't want that attention where a rock star has a lot of attention, if you know, in that element. You know, Kanye takes on that. You know, bring me whatever. I want to be out in the world. I want the world to know whatever I want to say, and I want to be, call it center of attention or whatever you want to call it. But he wants to be out there. He wants to be known. So
he'll embrace it.
Rock stars absorb that. You know, that's what they're about. So like, that's kind of what stands them apart.
Yeah, definitely. I guess that's one of the qualities that all the other like top rappers right now don't quite have, because like you take someone like Drake. Like, I'm a big fan. You know, obviously Drake is the man, but I would be very reluctant to group him as like, you know, as a rock star.
Right.
It's just,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
can start shouting out names and you can like pretty much pick who's a rock star, who's not. You know, that's not their persona. That's not who they are. You know.
And God knows we need rock stars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is Justin Bieber a rock star?
No.
I mean, there's Snapchat stories of him with you know, prostitutes in Colombia. Like, that's that's pretty rock star,
That's
man.
just a regular day.
That is very rock star. That is very
You
rock
see all
star.
the tattoos he's got now, and like,
but that's just
come a long way from 12-year-old kid on YouTube.
I'm not sold on him being a rock star. No way. No way.
Oh wow.
He's still making money off of his Little Kitty albums.
That is true.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah, those are probably selling well.
Somebody
Yeah.
like Miley Cyrus.
No, still no.
Like
No.
stuff that she
No, if you were just giving me names out of a hat and I would just say yes or no, I'm telling you no for her.
It's just you know what's missing is
She's not a rock
in today's
star.
in today's
No way.
industry. It's just like the singer songwriter that actually like is like, because now what everybody does is they buy their songs from other people. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
There's
And
no more.
that's what's missing.
Yeah, we're missing the raw ability. You know.
the raw
So
skill.
then
the raw
Lady
talent.
Gaga's a rock star then.
I would say
Yes,
so,
Lady
yes.
Gaga.
Yes,
a rock star.
absolutely.
See how
yes.
much we could just agree right on the name. right
Lady
off the bat?
Gaga is
Yeah.
definitely a rock
I would
star.
say
She's
definitely.
absolutely a rock
Can that
star.
be our rapid questions? Is that a rock star or not? Like,
You would know definitely just by
Yeah.
saying a name. It just makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It fits who they are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely
yeah.
she is.
Absolutely.
She literally jumped down into a Super Bowl performance. Like, come on, man.
Literally.
Literally. And she did American Horror Story, and a lot of people say that was a really good season. You know.
Real quick before I forget, talking about Kanye, did you guys see the SNL yesterday?
I
I
don't
didn't.
watch much television.
I missed
No.
it.
It was
I'll
Childish
probably
Gambino. That's
catch
why.
it. Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see it today, maybe.
Dude, watch the skits. The skits are hilarious.
Okay.
He's really funny.
The skits are hilarious. Everybody tuned in to us right now. This is the Marty After Dark show on La Brava 96.1 FM. Every Sunday at 9 p.m. we do this, so you know, tell your friends. Make sure you tune in. You could also stream us through the internet. We'll give you details on that. Or you could download the app La Brava 1440, and you can stream us from there. But we're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.